feel like I want to like talk to you. Yeah, do you guys like that? They're
Okay,
like actually
that was really sexual.
You guys like
yeah,
that?
you like that? We might have to go here again tomorrow.
The Two Straws is like really sending me because we were taste testing Swig.
I've been drinking out of both of them.
Yeah, you're like whatever one. Yeah, we're Swig girlies now.
Yeah. Okay, well I guess
yeah.
we should. The elephant in the room. We're together.
Hi guys.
In Arizona.
It literally feels like all is right in the world again.
I know.
I can't believe it's been like 6 months since we've seen each other.
Yeah. I was trying to think of that. I was literally just peeing and I was like, when was the last time we were together? June,
Too
July.
long.
It was hot.
It was July.
July, yeah.
Like early July.
Yeah.
So I think it has been 6 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do live on opposite ends of the country, so like
We
it
do.
kind of makes sense. Like it's not like easy to get to each other.
Unfortunately, we both live in, well, like, you have an airport. I don't have an airport. So, like,
Yeah.
getting on an airplane is not as easy for me.
No.
And your airport is smaller. So, like, there are no direct flights. So, it's just like a workaround thing.
Yeah.
But we were like, we want to get together. We want to go somewhere warm and somewhere close to home for you.
Thank you.
Baby Piper.
Yeah. Brady was very considerate and was like, I don't want you to have to fly super far.
Like, not more than 2 hours.
Flying pregnant, not fun, but we can get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we wanted somewhere warm, which honestly we had talked about. Like, I think that we had even said like Texas is a potential option.
Yeah.
And thank God we didn't, because there's like a huge snowstorm, I'm pretty sure, in Texas right now.
Yep.
So that would have been like so counterproductive to us like wanting to go somewhere
Right.
warm.
Like dealing with snow when we both have snow at home. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, no thank you. But it actually is kind of like chilly in Arizona.
Our our Airbnb is kind of chilly, and the thermostat is like, yeah, we'll heat up in 3 hours. And we're like, no, it's chilly now. Like, I'm even warming my hands under the hot water in this tank. Like, it's just chilly in here. It got down to like 38 last night. Maybe even colder.
Outside.
Yeah.
But the house, I think, was like 58 degrees, which is cold for a house.
Oh, yeah. Our house gets down to like 65 at night. Yeah. But
weather report, everyone listen up, it's very exciting.
But it's nice here. Everyone's like, oh, it's cold here, and like this is mild for us.
Yeah,
like,
I was like hot in the car today.
Yeah, like we're in long sleeves and jeans, and we were both comfortable. So it might be cold for you Arizonians.
Yeah, I think Arizonians. Arizonites. Arizonian sounds better. Connor, Allie, Dorley, you can correct us.
We'll ask you tonight at dinner.
Yeah. I guess before we're going to do some like life updates, we're going to talk about like books that we're reading, as well as like kind of new year, new us. What are we working on in 2025?
Yeah.
But one of the fun things that we're doing in Arizona and what we want to try to do, especially if we're like meeting up, I mean, whether it's in Boise, I don't know if we'll go to Delaware,
probably North Carolina,
but North Carolina, whenever that day comes, or anywhere else, like we would love to be able to have a chance to hang out with a lot of you guys or wherever you guys are located.
Yeah.
So we were able to hang out with 3 of you. We're doing that tonight, which we're both so excited.
Yeah, really excited about. And that's something like we want to keep almost like 2 Geneva members, like not Geneva, but our Patreon members only to start, because it's new for us. So we're like, I don't want to do it. Not that I don't know how many people would show up. Like if we posted it on our own personal Instagrams, like we might have people who show up that aren't in the book club, and we feel like our Patreon members, Geneva members, are so like we know each other. I feel like I know you guys. I feel like you guys all know each other, and so we're gonna meet up with 3 girls. We're all going to dinner, which I'm so excited about.
I'm so excited.
But that's one thing that's a goal for us for the new year, which we'll get into. We want to do more in-person events or meetups, and whether it's going to different cities, like not even like we're going on tour.
No,
but just like visiting bookstores in other places and visiting other states that we've never been to. Yeah. And I've never been to Arizona.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I've been to Arizona is I shot a wedding here and I came for a bachelorette party. So like I haven't really gotten to just like chill in Arizona, and it's been actually just very nice. Like Brady and I are pretty low-key travelers. Like there's not like a ton of things we want to do.
No, we're literally like, we'll kind of sleep in, go get coffee. And then we came home, we got ready. Yeah. Then we went to a bookstore. We stopped at Swig. Yeah. Taste testing vlogs are coming. And now we're back home and recording. And that's literally all we wanted to do, to spend time together.
It's perfect.
Eat food, drink coffee. Yeah. Maybe go on a walk tomorrow morning or something. And then we leave on Sunday. So
it's just a quick trip, but it's nice.
It's perfect.
Especially like kicking off the year together. I feel like it's so fun. And like we don't get the chance to spend a lot of time with each other because we don't physically live near each other. Right. But we actually like, I mean, you guys know me and Brady talk. I talk to Brady more than like anyone else in my life. So it's fun to actually like be able to be in person together. Yeah. Do you have any life updates?
Not really.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have anything crazy to share. We're still planning on moving. We just don't have a timeline. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to keep sharing too much online because Gavin has a job. A lot of his coworkers, significant others follow me, and he's very private in general.
For sure.
So like when guys at work, like I think I said this in our last video, like when we went to North Carolina for the first time, I was like, yeah, we were there looking at houses. And then Gavin went into work on Monday and everybody's like, oh, you're moving. And obviously you're allowed to leave a job. You're allowed to move.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to talk about anything prematurely that would like, I don't want to say like get him fired because like that would never happen. But even if he did, I'd be like, all right, let's back up and move.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, darn. I guess we have to leave.
Right. So.
Well, you're still like in the somewhat beginning stages of figuring out like where you want to be. So there's like not a lot of like things to necessarily report on.
Right.
Because you're still figuring things out yourself.
Right. Like we didn't put an offer in on a house. We're still looking like we want to build. So we're like, you know, to build a house, you're looking at 8, 10, 12 months.
Yeah.
So we don't have any updates, but we are still looking. We are actively looking, and we're also open to the idea of moving down there and like a long-term rental. Like if Gavin does get a job, you know, happenstance or whatever, we would move. But nothing really crazy.
Yeah.
We switched Millie's dog food. That's been great.
Oh, wow. Tell us more. Drop a link.
Farm. I'll put the screenshot on the screen. She's been devouring it, and I literally just texted Gavin. I said, "How are her shits?" And he said, "Human sized but solid." So that's a win in my book.
That's good enough, honestly. And she is like a ravenous little beast. So maybe she like needed a new like food to make her more like food incentivized or whatever. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
So then she doesn't get into your shit.
Right. So she stops opening the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Insane.
Yeah. Any updates? What's going on with baby Piper? I think you've announced the gender since our last video.
I think you're correct. Yeah, because we did it like early mid-December.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If you haven't seen online, we're having a girl, which is so fun. I'm like so excited. We were absolutely convinced it was a boy, and I know like there's really nothing to go on except for like old wives' tales,
right?
Because I mean I've never had a kid before, so I've never experienced this. So I was just going based off of like, okay, like there's a lot of family history of like Ryan's family being loaded with men.
Right.
And all of like the old wives' tales for the most part, except for the fact that like I was craving sweets, which I crave sweets 24/7 in general.
Right.
They all kind of pointed to a boy. So when we cut to the cake, me and Ryan were like, what?
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
Literally so crazy because it was just like, are you sure? Like I could have swore it would be a boy. But it's actually like the most fun thing ever. And like I've been like looking through a bunch of like my childhood stuff, and I found like a bunch of like old dresses and stuff.
They're so cute, and they're like handmade, so cute. Right?
Yeah,
your mom made them.
Handmade from like my mom and family friends, and like one from my grandma as well. And so it's like very fun to have a girl, and like I love like I wouldn't say I'm like the most girly person, but I love I love Taylor Swift.
Right.
I love like crafting. Yeah. I love like I'm so excited to have a girl. I think it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. And the red crib has really it's obviously it's like it's a gender neutral crib. I would say like you could put a boy in there, you could put a girl, but it has feminine details with the scalloping on it.
So fun.
It's feminine. It's adorable. It's bright. You're not a sad beige mom.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
you
I mean,
would
like,
never be.
No, and I mean like. Truly, I mean, I made a TikTok about sad beige moms, and I really only did it because I knew that it would like saying that wording would get somewhere. I don't give a shit however you decorate your house, because I mean, not like my house is the most colorful thing in the world. It's like sage greens, neutrals. Because I got some comments being like, "How about we not shame other moms?" And I'm like, "Okay, like
please,
no one's shaming. Not what I'm saying.
It's just sad beige mom has become like a trend. Yeah. Guys, there's a woman who always pops up for me, and she's like, "I'm a recovering sad beige mom. I'm adding color back into like my kids' bathrooms." Like,
was she the one that like painted
her like, doors?
No.
Oh wait, her children's like bedroom doors.
Oh, okay. No, I have seen this. Is it the same woman?
Maybe.
Because I saw this girl that was like, "I'm a recovering sad beige mom," and she had like painted one of those like fun play equipment things. Like again, it was like, you know, oranges and yellows and pinks, and she painted it like tan and brown.
Oh,
and then she painted it back.
Oh, okay.
And like was
it might be honestly because she that's like her shtick. Like, I'm a recovering sad beige mom, and she painted her daughter's door like the Frozen door, and then her son's like it's like a Cars.
Okay, I just saw this guy, or I saw this TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh God, what are we gonna do without it? But yeah, so. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I love color, and especially for like kids, it's also really good for their development to have color in like their routine. mean, they literally only see like black and white for a good chunk of the beginning.
Right.
But I don't know. I just think it'll be fun to like get a nursery together. It's been fun to just like start brainstorming. It's like
the vision board you created is
thank you.
Spot on. It's exactly what I would envision for you.
Thank you.
I don't want to like say too much if you're not sharing.
Well, and I'm like, you can say whatever. I don't have like I kind of want colorful details that can be like replaced, but like the walls, I still want to like be neutral colors. Like, like muted versions of colors, not necessarily like beige, but like a
muted,
pale pink.
Yeah, like a muted yellow or something bright, but it's not white or eggshell or brown.
Because I don't want to also, like, my other thing is I don't want in like 6 months to be like, I fucking hate this room.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bright, I can't be in here. So I'm trying to find like a balance of like incorporating color.
Yeah.
But like, okay, I guess question for the Patreon members. The amount of comments, I haven't even talked to you about this. The amount of comments I get, what's the theme of the nursery?
Oh, yeah.
And I
feel like people go, like, they like pick a name, or like, let's say someone's naming their child like Teddy.
Yeah.
Then the nursery's theme is like teddy bears. Like maybe that's where they're thinking.
Yeah, but I'm like, and I love a theme. Like I literally had like a Grinch themed Christmas party. Yeah. Like I love a themed birthday party. Like I'm all into it. But like, does everything have to be a theme?
Right. You can just like a color can be a theme.
Yeah, or like colorful, or just like cozy, or whatever. I'm like
vintage. I would say kind of like elevated vintage is the vibe. Like how you're thrifting pieces for the nursery, but where most people are like, buying brand new, like everything is square block from IKEA. You're doing more like whimsical. Is that almost like a word?
Maybe, or like I don't know, like just trying to like piece things together that maybe wouldn't have gone together. But like my sister-in-law texted me and she was like, "Why the fuck are people telling you to make your theme in your nursery vintage circus?" I saw it, like I got that comment so many times, and I'm like, I've seen some like circus-ish things on Pinterest that are cute, but like all I can actually think of is like this scary like clowns. Cheesy like like scary also clowns like in a nursery like absolutely terrifying. Not. But I'm like, and she just was like, what is going on? Yeah, and I'm like I don't think there's
people
a theme.
See red and almost like your crib, not that it's striped, but like with the slats in red, it almost is like people are like, oh, it's like a circus tent.
Yeah,
not
I can see the correlation.
But like I see where people get it from, but like.
But that's not the theme.
No theme.
No
Are
theme.
You having like no theme? Just
I don't
vibes?
think so. Just good vibes, childhood. Like I want like
happy.
Cutesy, happy, like stuffed animals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Books. I'm like, fuck. I don't even know. I literally feel like I'm still like so like shocked that I'm like having a child, that I'm still piecing together all of those things.
Yeah, but you have time. You're doing everything right, and I think bringing back things from your childhood and thrifting vintage pieces is the way to go, where like everything now is like new and you need the newest thing. You don't always need the newest thing. Like your 2-day-old baby won't care if the bookshelf in her room is vintage or not, and it's something she'll appreciate when she's older than it was.
For sure.
It's going to be like vintage to her.
Yeah. I'm like, do you remember what your nursery looked like?
No.
I'm like, did I even have a nursery?
I don't even
I'm like, I was the last kid. So like I don't even know if there was room for a nursery in my house at that point.
You were in a crib in a corner.
Yeah, they were like, you're lucky that we have room for you, period.
Right. She'll remember her first cool bedroom makeover. I think we all
when she gets to pick the
like
color.
The lime green and pink, or maybe you were a teal and brown zebra stripe girl, like those like limited to Justice bedrooms that we all saw and wanted.
Oh, or like when people would do like a Paris theme, like like there's very specific
the pink and black Paris theme. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put screenshots in.
Those are nostalgic, but like those are the rooms that you remember. Like this is more fun for like I think the parents. Yeah. And then like also we have been holding off on finishing this specific room. It used to be an office and I never really used it. So I'm actually excited just to like finish this room.
Yeah.
Because we haven't been doing that. Because we knew it'd be for a nursery.
Not have a theme.
I'm like, all right, enough with the theme. You're like, so what theme actually should we do?
And you guys cleared it out. You got rid of stuff that you've been like holding in that closet for a while. Now you get to fill it with fun, cute little baby clothes.
It's so nice. Yeah. Right. So like almost through my second trimester. So we're just cruising along, which is crazy. But really no life updates besides that. I feel like that is like my whole mental capacity. We're about to go on our baby moon, which is fun. Yeah. Which we're just like doing like a mountain town chill getaway weekend.
Kind of like a staycation a little bit. Yeah.
Like we might not leave like the hotel. Yeah. Like we might stay there most of the time.
That sounds order like a dream.
In. I'm like, it's an expensive hotel, so I'm like, if we're gonna be there, like
room service.
Yeah, room service. I want to be in
Diet
the robes,
Coke, French fries, Caesar salad.
Yeah, I don't plan to really do anything next weekend, which I'm very excited about.
I feel like all you can ask for a baby moon.
I mean, that's what I actually really don't want to be doing anything like most of the time.
Same.
Yeah.
Goals. And with TikTok being banned, we might not have a
job. Should we talk about that at all?
I mean, I don't know all the factual information about it, so like
we've been busy today when they've been having the
and I
conversations.
Checked Instagram earlier, and it's like, you know, Supreme Court is going through the TikTok ban. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to think. I guess we'll wake up on January 19th and see what happens. Like there is nothing we can do about it. So I'm just kind of like, follow us on Instagram. You're going to get the same content. It's not, if it goes away, maybe it comes back. Maybe there's a new app. Like, who knows?
Yeah. I hope there's not a new app. I know there will be, but like I can't navigate a new app. Like I can barely navigate what
Everyone's
I'm doing
like,
now.
we're moving to Lemon 8. And I'm like, Lemon 8 died because they're for a reason.
I didn't even make an account.
It was big when we went to Hawaii, and I was like really trying to like post stuff, and it's just it's like Instagram but elevated a little bit, I would say. Like with the swipe through carousel post. I don't even remember if you can post videos on Lemonade. I'm sure you can, but everyone's like Lemonade. I'm like, let's just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and there is always Instagram. I mean, thankfully the book club it's not on TikTok at all, so it doesn't affect you guys if this is like your only.
Well, it is.
We did try to post on TikTok once, and
I think got 14 views. And they were all us,
which was
7
crazy.
views each.
Because I mean, me and Brady have decent followings on TikTok, and we both reposted the video. So normally, if you at least repost a video,
like 100, we were hoping for maybe like 1,000 views.
1,000 views was truly like. We were like, that'd be really nice.
17.
No, it was shocking, and it was up for like 24 hours, and then eventually we were like, should we just delete it? Like, I actually like this has to come down. Like, maybe we thought we were funny and we're not funny. Like, I don't know what it was, but it's was
okay. I think the page now has more followers, and I think like we can start posting clips over there too. But I mean,
what's the point?
Never mind.
Literally, what is the point?
Damn.
But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, like obviously, a lot of our job is on TikTok, but like we will just pivot, and we both are on YouTube now. And I mean, we'll put all the links of where you can find us. I mean, you can chat with us in Geneva. You guys have you guys actually have like the most direct access to us. So.
And I also I would say that most of you probably follow us both on Instagram already. If not, it's there. If you wake up one morning and TikTok is gone, you can find us on Instagram.
Yeah, we will be around. We will not shut up
anywhere.
Yeah, I actually don't think I can shut up, which is
we'll still be yapping into the abyss for the foreseeable
forever till we're 80.
Maybe we'll be in like the same retirement community in Florida or something.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Baby Gertrude can just be
Baby Gertie's.
Along. It's not the name, but I just keep calling her Gertrude because I just know we went Gertrude. Any more life updates?
I don't think so, but we will chat about what we're currently reading.
Yeah.
What are you reading, listening to? Physical, audio, Kindle.
Okay. Physically, I'm reading the Alice Network, which I've done a little bit of the audio as well.
Yeah.
I haven't read past week 1, which I'm gonna maybe I'll be reading that tonight before bed. I'm liking it.
Audio listen on your way home. I mean, we're probably going to be editing content, but like if you're sitting in the airport or like
walking the airport or anything. I did mention this to Brady today because we were at a bookstore. I forgot to put it in the discussion post, but it is like kind of confusing to me because this Kate Quinn book is the Alice Network. Mm-hmm. So we're learning about that. But then also there's a character named Rose, and then she has the book, The Rose Code.
Right.
That is nothing to do with this.
Right.
So when that name first got brought up, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And I it stopped me in my tracks. I was like, are these related?
Right.
They're not.
You looked it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I read The Rose Code first. And that's why I always whenever I'm introduced to a new author, I really want to read their books in publication order. I feel like that's just the best way. Everyone's like, oh, I'm new to Ellen. Where do I start? Obviously, I always recommend The 5-Star Weekend, The Hotel Nantucket, but if you want to read every book she's ever written, go in publication order because you're going to get the same characters. So I looked that up with Kate Quinn, do you have to read in a specific order? And I don't think so. She just writes really female, strong female main characters. Yeah. So it is confusing though. The Rose Code, the Alice Network, they're both three words with female names and overlapping. I wish she would have made it
just give her a new name, but maybe the name has significance. I don't know, historical significance. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if it couldn't have been changed or what, but that just kind of threw me off. But I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of still in a weird I don't really know if I want to be reading mood, but I am still reading 3 books. So.
You're forcing it.
Yeah, I'm forcing it. It's my obsessive personality where I'm if I like something, I can't stop.
Yeah.
So I can't just like not read.
Yeah. So you're reading 3 books.
So I'm reading 3 books and I don't know if I'm having fun. But the book I'm listening to is Bringing Up Baby. I think that's how you say it. It's like bebe. Yeah, I got corrected on that. It's like French for baby.
It's
I
like
think.
Schitt's Creek.
Bebe.
How
Yeah.
she says, where is Baby's chamber? Great progress for Baby.
Oh, I forgot how good that show is.
Schitt's Creek. We just rewatched it the other day, just like background.
It's so
Fabulous.
But it's like a book about French parenting styles, which has been interesting. I'm not like diving so into parenting books, but I also like do find it interesting to like get various perspectives of parenting. It's a whole new chapter. I've never fucking done this before.
And you're getting a legit well-rounded. I follow Mary Skinner. She's one of my favorite influencers.
Yeah, I love her stuff
and
too.
She made a post about like things that shocked me when she was in, I want to say Switzerland, maybe Finland.
Oh,
and she,
on like her most recent trip.
Yeah, and people leave their babies outside in the cold.
I saw this.
And it's just so wild. Like, one, in America, like, your child would be taken in 0.5 seconds. One, CPS would be called on you. Like, there's just 1,000 things that would happen. So reading a book of parenting styles from other cultures, like, you can pick and choose kind of what you want to implement into your own parenting style.
Yeah. It almost seems like I'm like 60-70% of the way through. It's just like their way of parenting is a lot more lax than like US parenting. US parenting is a lot more like, okay, your baby is crying immediately, you're grabbing them. You like, what do they need? And it's like sometimes babies just cry.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like to not sometimes like immediately react to things. Like babies truly can figure some things out, obviously within reason.
Right.
So I've just been finding it interesting. I'm listening to that, and then I also listened to Expecting Better. And I just am trying to get some various perspectives on a new chapter, which has been, I think, really interesting. And I like audiobooks like that, especially like they're not memoirs. They're like truly informational. So I'm like, I can't read that.
Do you have the physical copies to like highlight and like mark things if you want to remember?
Yeah. And I think I'm going to give them to Ryan because Ryan likes to read physical books. So, and I think that he would like that, but I already did get him a parenting book.
Arrow, read this.
Yeah, maybe like highlight on that right there, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
then
great though that he's like, obviously he's interested. He's the father, but he wants to like read books and like educate himself better. Yeah. You're both new.
I always just give him like shit though, like about his reading. I mean, you guys, I feel like this has been like a constant theme of me like making fun of him for not reading. And it's more like a joke. Like I don't give a shit if he reads.
Yeah.
But he has interest in reading, but also we're trying to juggle a lot of hobbies.
Yes.
We were just actually discussing this. But like he's like, I want to play my video games. I want to watch my TV shows with you. I want to be in bed early.
Yep.
So like when do you read? Like there's not that much time at the end of the day when you're working a full-time job.
Right. And when you get in bed, it's like, you have your Kindle. So like, do you want the bedside lamp on so that he can read? But what if he falls asleep? Then you have to reach over and then he wakes up. And
it's a whole thing.
It's a lot. It's a hard life to live when you have many hobbies and not enough hours in the day.
And reading before bed for me, and I feel like for many of you guys, is like that's part of my routine.
Yeah.
He has no interest in reading before bed. He's like, I don't find that as like a way to unwind.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, then like when do you read?
Yeah. Audiobooks.
Like that's what I would do
to work or like at work if he can.
But he's a podcaster.
You have to give up one.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of audiobooks listen like podcasts. Like that's why I like to listen to memoirs. It feels like you're just chatting with someone, like someone's chatting to you in your ears. So maybe throw in some nonfiction audiobooks in there, and he can
what I said.
well-rounded.
Learn a few things. I don't know. It's a whole thing, but and then I am also reading on my Kindle None Left to Tell by I always want to say Nicole Illy.
Oh yeah, Noelle Illy.
It's Noelle Illy.
Noelle Illy. It's a lot of L's.
Noelle Illy.
Yeah.
Lily. But I'm really liking it. I did just read what it was about yesterday, and I'm 40% of the way through because I was like, how are these 3 people connected? And like the first line of what the book is about, it says like these 3 women are connected by, and I'm like, okay, that would have been helpful.
But like, you don't know unless you know. And we were chatting about this earlier. A lot of times the back of the book / the inside cover, whatever format you're listening on or reading on, ruins the book. Like if there's a twist, you're going to know about it if it happens within the first like 10 pages. Yeah. Where like sometimes you'd rather pick up a book and go into it blind. I feel like thrillers are great for that. Like just go into it
thrillers
blind.
For sure.
Don't even give yourself any information about it. Just cover, author, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
Dive
completely in. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I feel like as much as I can enjoy books right now.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good book. It's a good rec from you.
Yeah.
And it's her most recent
It gets like, it's kind of slow at parts, I would say, but it overall, like the way the story wraps up and then the author's note at the end of the book, I think really ties everything together with her personal connection to it. It's heartbreaking. It's so educational, informative, and also a fiction book, which is, it almost could be a nonfiction. Like, I think if she used names and dates and like didn't, I don't want to say she exaggerated certain parts, but like
she said she sped up certain things for like the flow of the book at the beginning of the book.
So like that's why it's considered a fiction, where realistically it's borderline nonfiction.
It's based on like very true events. Yeah, and follows that pretty closely. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. Sorry, that was very long-winded. No, what are you reading?
Lots of good stuff. I'm currently reading The Reformatory. I follow Sydney on TikTok. She's like a thriller girl. You probably have seen her. She has like always like a purple background. She uses like a purple font. She's great. She has great thriller recommendations, and she did her top 10 books of the year, and The Reformatory was number 1 for her. And I was like, sold. I'll take it. It was $1.99 the other day on Kindle, and it's a book that's almost 600 pages long. So I was like, okay, I typically only read books that are like 400 and under, but I did it anyway, and it's really good. It's really dark. It's really sad. It's about the Jim Crow South, and I want to say like the 1950s, and reform school for boys. And it's very dark and heavy. I would check your trigger warnings very much. So if you are triggered by certain things, honestly, anything, it's dark. But it's really good, and I'm almost finished with it. I'm 80% of the way through. So it's really like starting to pick up. And then I'm listening to the Alice Network. I'm also physically reading it because I feel like certain things like I need to highlight and mark for the book. Yeah. But it's fabulous on audio. I love when a book about, we have German characters, we have people who speak French, we have an American character. When they differentiate between accents, it's really so
satisfying.
And I'm like, it's crazy that an audiobook narrator can switch their voice like that so quickly and frequently in between dialogue, and it's just a really well-rounded audiobook, and I know a lot of people recommend it on audio, so it's good. I'm excited. It's our first historical The Four Winds was
but it's our first book by Kate Quinn.
It is,
and a lot of people haven't read a lot of historical fiction,
and I think she's a good one too.
It's like a hefty book, but I feel like it's going to be a good discussion, and I don't know, I like historical fiction for the book club.
I need to start taking more intricate notes, because I feel like right now I'm just like, I want to have a lot of talking points for when we all chat. So yeah.
You guys always bring like the best input though. I feel like me and Brady are there to like get the conversation rolling.
Yeah.
But I feel like you guys always come through, and I'm like, you guys could truly convince me that the shittiest book on the planet is like the best book ever. And I just
vice versa.
Yeah. And my favorite book is actually a piece of garbage.
Yeah. We're like, oh, okay. But no, it's great. So I'm enjoying that. And then we can talk about our Goodreads goals. I feel like that is a perfect little segue. What is your Goodreads goal for 2025?
I am taking my goal down, you guys. From last year was 75, and my goal this year is 52. I don't really know. I've talked to some of you guys about this, like on the Google Meets and people in my DMs. I don't know what my year is going to look like. So I think 52 is like a very attainable goal. A book a week. I think I can do that. Like, I know that there's some months where I read way more.
5 a month.
Yeah. It's like, I can do that. And potentially, like, when she's here, maybe I'll read a ton. I have no idea. Like, if I'll like night feedings, if like I will be up for a while and like I want to like read.
Yeah.
My Kindle might keep me company.
Right.
So
definitely. Or audiobooks, or like anything, just having your phone propped up and listening, or because a lot of people said that in the Geneva. They're like, you might be surprised how much you actually read while you're night feeding, or she's napping, or
So I've read 2 books this year.
Yeah.
And it is January 10th. So like, I mean, we're on track.
You have 4 months to figure it out.
Yeah. Maybe I'll read 52 books in the first 4 months.
And then yay.
And then I can just like not read it all. I'll only read the book club picks.
Yeah. There you go.
But what about you? What are you aiming for this year?
I'm sticking with 100. I feel like it was doable last year. I beat it by 14 books. So if I have a slow month, a fast month, whatever the case, I've read 1 book so far this year.
Yeah.
So I'm not like hitting the ground running, but I'm also, if I meet it, I meet it. If I don't, I don't. Like, it's not.
Yeah. What's going to happen if you don't?
Right.
Like,
there are people who are reading like 300 books in a year, which is absolutely insane to me. I mean, if you can do that, I love that for you. 100 is a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm leading into what we're going to chat about next, goals for 2025 in life in general, just quality over quantity. I'm not going to read shitty books to get to my goals just because it's a silly Goodreads goal.
Yeah.
I want to read quality books that enrich my life and my brain. And I don't care if I don't want to read like, obviously, yes, you need like a palate cleanser, like a shitty thriller or a silly Kindle Unlimited romance. Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to force myself,
like to hit your goal. You're not going to read 6 novellas to be like, okay, well, I have to now. So now I have to read these 6 shitty novellas.
It's if I'm like 6 books away, I might. But if I'm like 70 books come December 25th, come Christmas Day, we're good. I'm like, it's fine. Not everything has to.
Totally. And like you will survive if you don't hit it. But also, I mean, I read 100 books exactly last year. And like, I mean, while I literally got to it like on like December 28th, it was like a decent flow throughout the year. Like I didn't ever feel like rushed to read. Like, I mean, in the last month, I ended up reading 2 novellas to be like, okay, I can't read 8 books. Like the holidays are so busy.
And like that Tessa Bailey book that was awful, it was fun. Like you got to like laugh about it. You could like chat with other people online about how shitty it was. So I feel like that's just.
It actually was fun to read for the fact that like I got to like not enjoy it with so many of you.
I agree. Like that's worth it. In my mind.
So it's all good. Yeah. But those are good goals. I feel like, I mean, reading is like our biggest hobby. So I'm excited. There's like lots of books that I'm excited to get to this year. We're going to do a dedicated episode. What do you guys call these? Videos? Episodes?
Maybe.
Kind of the same
video.
thing. I don't know.
Video. I like episodes. It makes it sound official.
It makes it sound like podcast.
My school is starting to rock now too.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
I want to rock right
spread.
Bradys
and I can't do it. Oh wait, I have to show you guys my pants that Rosie got me.
Oh yes, I got Bradys and cutie pants. Aren't they precious? I saw them at the store and I was like, those are so pretty.
Little A.
They're so cute.
Anthropology, how cute.
And I'm like, as 2 people that lounge around our house the majority of our days and weeks, I was like, I feel like getting like lounge pants are cute.
Sign me up.
I was nervous they wouldn't be long enough.
No, they're perfect. They're perfect. I love them. And I wear everything high-waisted. I feel like my hips are, I can pull them down if I want it to be longer.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you in a low-waisted anything. Now that I'm thinking about it.
No.
I have to be a low-waisted gal because I've got this big-ass belly growing on me. But we're going to do an episode video on like 2025 new releases, which Brady's already done some content on it, but we'll like long-winded chat about like things that we're looking forward to.
There's so many good books coming out in 2025. So we're going to do an entire dedicated video to new releases in 2025, but we did both outline some books that we are like, that are top priority for us in 2025 that are not new releases. They've just been on our want-to-read list for far too long. So
I guess should we just dive into those?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Top of your list.
I'm actually so surprised you don't have one book on here.
Okay. I don't even know.
I'm not even.
Okay, tell me at the end.
Okay. Should we just like popcorn back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the books that I really want to get to in 2025 is Demon Copperhead. I'm sure you guys have heard us talk a lot about how we really want to read this book.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm missing out because so many of you, I think the reason that it's not getting picked as a book of the month is because so many of you have already read it.
Yeah.
And me and Brady, for some reason, have not.
Yeah. So we might just buddy read it on our own on the side.
Yeah. And I know that there's even like a couple of you that were like, I would reread it or I would like to read it too. So if it doesn't get picked as a book of the month, maybe we like before the baby's here or something, we could like pick a month and be like, okay, we're going to read this. And like, if you read Demon Copperhead, come to the meeting 30 minutes early or something, and we'll like start talking about Demon Copperhead or something like that.
Yeah.
Or if anything, we could make like a Geneva room of like Demon Copperhead or something for the month.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just something, but I really want to read it. I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah.
Mine is Iron Flame. I read Fourth Wing, want to read Iron Flame. I think I've been considering doing like a Fourth Wing re-listen, maybe just to like enrich myself. There's also a girl on TikTok, I'll now that I'm saying it out loud and when I'm editing this, I'll remember to put it in the caption. I saved them on TikTok. She did like Fourth Wing in 2 minutes, like a recap. And then she also did the same for Iron Flame. So maybe I'll listen to like the Fourth Wing one and then read Iron Flame or listen.
I thought you were gonna say I'll just like watch that 2 minute.
No,
Iron Flame.
I actually want to read Iron Flame, and then I'm not rushing though for Onyx Storm.
Yeah.
I have it pre-ordered, but like when it comes, it'll sit just like Iron Flame has for the past
over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean Iron Flame's a doozy. Like it's a big book.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I talked with the Lizzes about this. Like I enjoyed it. Like I'm happy I read it, but there was like it felt like there was a lot of times where I was like, okay,
yeah, let's keep
it going. Like, let's get these good vibes going. And there's a lot of like miscommunication and like fighting and stuff. So like things where I'm just like, okay, this isn't as fun to read.
Yeah.
But I mean, Fourth Wing is just really good.
Yeah.
I even like all of the little like challenges, can't even remember what they're called.
Yeah.
Like I could visualize them so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like I lost my steam with Iron Flame.
Yeah,
and
I feel that.
I'm excited about Onyx Storm. I'm excited that the series is going to continue to go.
Yeah.
But like, I'm also not picking it up right away.
Yeah, it'll be there when we're ready, and it's fine.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I also put on here, I really want to read Know My Name by Chanel Miller.
Good.
Chanel Miller,
yep.
right? Yep. And because you have talked about it a lot, and I want to read more memoirs, especially because I feel like audiobooks have become an easier listen for me to consume books.
Definitely.
So I want to kind of like step into that. I'll probably like go watch your video of like every memoir that you've read and just kind of work my way through all of them.
No, My Name is a great one. It's an important one. And the title itself is so important because like everyone knows who Brock Turner is, but nobody knows who Chanel Miller is. And that's just a problem in and of itself. So it's a great listen. Yeah. And it's sad, it's heartbreaking, but it really walks you through like step by step what was happening behind the scenes and how the media just can rip people apart. Yeah. It's I'm not excited to read it, but I am like, I'm looking forward to like having that memoir under my belt. Definitely. Yeah. For me also, as long as the lemon trees grow, trees grow. Yeah. Multiple trees or one tree, not sure. To be determined. It's been on my TBR for way too long. I love the cover and I need to stop talking about it and just pick it up and read it, as you will see a common theme for the rest of the books on this list. I'm so scared you're gonna like read that book though and you're gonna be like, could have stayed. It has great Does ratings. It have good ratings? It has like I know nothing about it. I want to say a 4.3. So. Okay, that's really good. Yeah. I literally know nothing about it except for the cover and that you want to read it. Yeah. So everyone says it's great. So eventually it'll be fine. Yeah. Okay, and then I have a couple new releases on here, but I have The Poppy Fields by Nikki Ehrlich. Yes. Because I'm so looking forward to that this summer. I just am excited to get more into dystopian books this year. I was smelling it. Does it smell? No, not at all. I'm like, mine has literal dog hair all over it. I brought Dodge to Arizona with me. Love it. But I think dystopian books might be my favorite genre. Is that what The Poppy Fields is too? Yeah. I didn't even read the synopsis or anything. Let me see what it says. The cover's cute, and I'm loving how so many more authors are coming out with sprayed edges, first editions, just like right off the jump. Like that one has a sprayed edge. Yeah. I'll put overlays for you guys. But I don't know why I looked at it this way. Super cute. I can't read anything. A masterful, tender exploration of love, loss, and the poignant echoes of memory. Yeah, it's like that. It says nothing about the patience. Okay, sorry. Okay, you can go somewhere where they would like take away the pain of like your grief. Oh, okay. And so then like that's kind of I think what the book's about. Okay. So like actual real society, like it doesn't seem far off. Probably like The Measure. Yeah. Which we loved as a book club. Yeah. So maybe this will be, when does it come out? June 17th. That would be really fun. That would be like a good July or August pick maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Was The Measure July or August? Oh, it was August. That might be fitting. Because we had middle of the night was July. Because I remember we had that when you visited. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Good point. But yeah, excited about that. Definitely. Also, I want to read The Best Lies by David Ellis. I love Look Closer by David Ellis. This is his newest release. Came out this year. I haven't picked it up. Every time I go to a bookstore, whether it's my Barnes & Noble, Browse About, we were just at a bookstore. It's never in stores. And I don't love to buy books on Amazon. I can. It's been in and out of my cart 1,000 times. But if I can buy it from a bookstore, I want to do that. So I just keep waiting until I see it in person and I'll grab it and cherish it forever. And then you'll have like an attachment to it because you're like, I bought it at like this bookstore or whatever. And then I have another new release is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I cannot believe I'm so excited. Yay. But I also might try and read the last Emily Henry book that I haven't read is People We Meet on Vacation. Okay. But I mean, a lot of people love that book and a lot of people hate that book. So I'm kind of like that up in the air of if I want to read it because I'm like, I just got into liking her stuff again. So I don't want to like read it and then be like, yeah, I'm out. Yeah. Well, did you like Happy Place? I did it, but I didn't like it to the degree that I liked Funny Story and Book Lovers. Yeah. So maybe who knows where you're going to fall. You might hate it, but then Great Big Beautiful. Like, no, why? It's a horrible title. And I wish you stuck with the beach read. Book Lovers, Happy Place, she was Funny Story, and then Great Big Beautiful Life. It's just, it doesn't sit well on my tongue. I almost wish it was just like Big Beautiful Life. Or like, yeah, it's very odd. The title, it just doesn't sit right in my mouth. Okay, next up for me, another book that has been drug along every TBR list that I've probably posted in 2024 and is making its way into 2025, Fahrenheit 451. I eventually will pick it up. I just like haven't been in the mood for it. I don't know. It's
dystopian, right? Or
yes,
fantasy, or what is it?
It like takes place. I think it was written like a while ago, and it takes place in a modern. Let me just look it up. I don't know what I'm talking
about. The moment we have to like describe a book without our Goodreads up in front of us, I'm like, I don't want to say it wrong.
No, I don't want to. Yeah, because it's so easy to just Fahrenheit. Also, Fahrenheit is a very oddly spelled word. I believe it was written. You marked this book as one to read on July 8th, so we're going on 6 months now. That was probably like when I was coming to see you.
Yeah.
60 years after its original publication. Internationally acclaimed novel Fahrenheit 451 stands as a classic of world literature set in a bleak dystopian future, but like when it was written, the future he's writing about is like now.
Oh, so fascinating.
He wrote it in, oh my God, where is this? Okay, no, that's the 60th anniversary.
194 pages?
Yeah. No, like what am I waiting for? I don't know. It was written in 1953.
So like the time has already passed.
Right. And then there was like a 60-year anniversary cover released, which was released in 2011. I want to read it.
Maybe I'll try and beat her. I'm going to put that on my TV
race
next.
home and be like, Gavin, have this book waiting at the airport when you pick me up.
Like, I can't let Rosie beat me. And then I have on here Cloud Cuckoo Land. I've seen this at the bookstore so many times, and I am intrigued. It's a big book.
Yeah, she's a chunker.
Maybe I'll put it on for a book of the month because I do like putting on long books for the book club.
And
because,
it's also like it forces us to pick them up. We've talked about this, like All the Colors of the Dark, The Four Winds books. They've been like sitting on our shoulders, like read me, read me, and when it gets chosen, you have to. So.
Yeah, like we don't have a choice, and it's actually a good thing. So maybe I'll throw it on there for one of the book of the month picks because why not? But I don't know a ton about it, but I also know that Idaho is in it. Like,
oh, perfect.
It's like I don't know if it's like one of the settings or what.
A lot of books take place in Idaho. Oddly.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I know. I'm like I don't actually understand it, but most of the books that take place in Idaho are like fucked
murder.
Up.
Yeah,
like bad shit is happening in Idaho, and I'm like, cool. All right.
Not really. Good. I visited, and it was a very pleasant place to visit.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, loved it. And then my last is The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hell.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Hall or Hell.
Hale.
These are still my 0.3 or 3.0 contacts. I did go down to 3.25.
I'm also wearing my old contacts too, or like my past prescription because I'm trying to get through them.
Yeah, until you buy new ones.
Well, my new ones already.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I just realized I could make it.
Made the font like size.
I'm like, we're just gonna make the font really big so we don't have to.
It's like we're at the eye doctor. Can you read that? I can read line 4. But yes, I don't know much about it, but I posted it on my Instagram story. I want to say a lot of people said it was amazing. So, what is the book that you're shocked is not on my list?
Swan Song.
Oh, duh. Yeah. I'm just trying to read her past.
I'm just trying to get rid of Ellen Hildebrand altogether.
I love her. Ellen, I love you.
Yeah. We love you, please.
I have like her next 6 or 7 books that I need to read. Will I read 6 or 7 Ellen books in 1 year? I just want to read the rest of her books in order and then finish with Swan Song.
Yeah.
But she's not done writing, everybody. She's coming out with a book with her daughter. It's, I want to say like not a thriller, like a
mystery,
dark academia kind of vibe because it takes place at a college because her daughter's in college right now. So we're gonna get more Ellen. It's just not Nantucket Ellen, which is the fun Ellen we all love.
I know. Like,
I hope
is it really over? Is the real question.
Is it over now?
Just like, is it over now? I just like, what else is she going to write about? Like, I obviously know that she has way more range than that, obviously, because there's other books, but I just think that setting is just so her.
I would love her to revisit the Winter in Paradise cast of characters. Like, I know she spends, I want to say all of the holidays on St. John. I follow her on Instagram and she just posts on her Instagram story all the time. So I would love more St. John books if she wants to retire the Nantucket cast of characters and kind of like introduce us to more bookish character or beachy characters. I just think she nails beachy books so well.
Yeah.
There was a woman on the plane reading an Ellen book and I wanted to I couldn't see the cover, but on the inside flap of the cover are all of her book titles in color. So I saw that, but I couldn't see the cover of whichever one she was reading. But she read it the entire flight. It was a 4-hour flight. So she
Were you next to her?
No, she was catty corner.
Oh, I was like, what you should have done is change the or your photo on your iPhone to the photo of you and Ellen, and then just prop your phone.
Yeah,
nicely
no. If
up.
I sat next to her, I 100% would have been like, oh my god,
Me and Ellen are friends.
Yapped her ear off for hours. I probably would have taken a selfie and like DM'd it to Ellen on the plane and be like, look, I met a friend. But yeah,
and she's like, oh, not this Brady girl
maybe,
again.
No. Oh God, what does she want? Maybe on the way home I'll get the girl in front of me was also reading. I didn't recognize the author, cover, or like title of the book. I was really like creeping hardcore, but
yeah,
I love to connect with people in public about books. Like if I see someone at like an airport bookstore and they're eyeing a book, I'll literally be like, oh my God, I read that and loved it.
Oh wow. I so wish I was like you.
Maybe not in an airport.
I couldn't be farther from that, but I am like a socially anxious person. Like I would in my brain be like, say it.
Yeah.
Say something. Like,
and then
say
you
something and I would
say, you'd be like, I like books.
And they'd be like, huh? And I'd be like, oh, sorry. What? Never mind.
I'm on the
sorry.
phone.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm talking to someone.
No, airports, I don't like to converse with people. I don't even want to like look at somebody else. I feel like everyone's scary and mad and in a rush in an airport. But in like at a bookstore, if someone was holding up like the 5-star weekend, I would be like, oh my God, great read. BT
Maybe my goal this year is to be a little bit more like you.
Yeah. Well, that's so kind.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like a little more like outgoing, like you're not outgoing at all.
In general, I could be like a little bit more outgoing. I'm very comfortable in my little bubble.
Yeah, I mean, you were never shy. Like when we first met for the first time, it was like we've known each other for years. You're not outgoing.
Yeah,
but
that was funny.
Maybe like we're also the same though. Like if we're out in public and we're walking, and we see like if our waitress has like a cute bracelet, we're like, oh my God,
yeah,
cute. We're
friendly.
Very like outgoing and
yeah. I just overthink like everything I say to people. That I'm always like, I'm scared.
No, it's okay. You can work on that this year then. That could be a good like.
I don't want baby Gertrude to be like that, so I gotta.
Gertie's gonna be like, my mom doesn't want to talk to anybody, so
like,
I'm
you go ask. Yeah, you go ask them, and she's like,
what? Unfortunately, I do feel having a child susceptible. That's not a word.
Susceptible, is that what you're saying?
Like,
you're
old
more
people
susceptible.
are going to come up to you.
Oh yeah.
Like anytime I'm in a store and there's a young mom with a baby, I'm automatically on high alert. One, where's the creepy old man who keeps smiling at the baby or at the mom?
And they're
like,
oh, no,
or like they
get
touch
really
their
close.
arm.
It's like,
I'm
no.
like, hands off. I'm always on high alert for that, so I feel like you're going to have to be more outgoing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how old is she? What's her name? She's beautiful. Like,
yep. We were actually at a brewery with our friends that have I think that she's like 14, 15 months old, and we were just playing with her and having drinks, and like this old man, again, like people are so friendly, but like they get really close, and they were like, oh my gosh, like touching like my friend, like my friend's leg, being like, she's beautiful. Like, how old is she? Yeah. Like, oh, look at my granddaughter, which like my friend Holly was like, yeah, okay. And they kept getting really close to her daughter.
Yeah.
And I was like, and she's like, yeah, just wait. Like, it's so awkward. Cause you're like, I don't want to be like, get the fuck away from me. Because most of the people are being friendly and just like sharing and connecting. But also it's your kids. So you're like, mama bear, like, don't touch me. Don't get near me.
Yeah. Don't touch me. Don't touch my kid, especially. I'll cut your arm off.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll bite it off.
But mom bear.
Piece by piece.
Yeah.
Slowly. And you'll bleed to death really slowly.
Yeah. Scary. Okay, we've got vision board, word of the year.
You didn't put one.
I know, I forgot to put it in there. My word of the year is just peace. Like for the most part. Like, I mean, last year I was like cozy. I just feel like I live like kind of like on a high functioning stress at all times. Yeah. Like I just kind of like I get a lot done, but I don't ever feel like my mind is ever like at peace. Yeah, I feel like I'm just going. And like with having a kid, I want to slow down a lot this year. So
I would recommend Lexapro for that.
No, no, actually though, I had talked to my OB. I was like, I think I'm like just stressed out all the time. She's like, people take note of that in your chart and like
absolutely. I'm on Zoloft. I don't really talk about it online, but I just got on a new dosage of Zoloft specifically because of my travel anxiety. Like I was in tears thinking about coming on this trip, and it's not because of you. Yeah. It's just anxiety and anxiousness of leaving home. And one of my friends who just had a baby, she didn't, I don't want to say like didn't believe in therapy, but ever since she had a kid, she's like, Brady, I worry about everything. Like I panic and worry and just, you make up, all that anxiety is thinking about something in the future, the possibility of something. So like therapy, anxiety medication, whatever you have to do to like settle your mind to take care of yourself, because if you're not your best self, Gertie's gonna be like,
Gertie's gonna be unwell too.
Gertie's gonna be like, what is going on?
Yeah. No, I am like all very pro all of that stuff. And I generally feel like people that are the most anxious or like worry the most are generally the people that have like deep empathy and care very deeply, because like all of the worry is like you just care about something so much.
Yeah.
And so like I talked to my doctor about it, and like she even gave me like a little counseling rec because I went to counseling before. I had a really weird experience with my counselor. And so
Story
I just
time for another day.
Yeah, right. If you guys want to go, let me know. But like I am very interested in just like taking care of like my mental health this year.
Yeah.
And especially with having a kid. So like I just want to do like peaceful activities. I want to like
you live a
travel
very
less.
Peaceful life. Like being in your house and like living with you guys for 3 days I felt peaceful. I was in tears leaving. If the only thing missing was Gavin and Millie.
Yeah.
Like if we could have just moved into your guest room, I have never felt more relaxed being in your home. And like there was no high stress of like, we have a reservation at this time, we need to go here, we need to do this. Like you have a very calming presence around you in your home, and your relationship with Ryan is very comforting to be around. So just, I'm envisioning for you guys a lot of time at home and like more, what do you call it? Cocktails on the patio.
Oh yeah. Like just like,
patio
cocktails at what do I call them?
Oh, you
have cocktails at home.
Oh my god, you can pivot from Packers with the Pipers to patio
with the Pipers.
Like patio time with the Pipers or something.
I'm so excited we have that patio cover in like for the full year this year, because it didn't get in until like end of June last year, and it got hot
when I was there, and like but sitting.
It was like don't move too much under the patio. If you just sit, you're like we could be comfortable.
But then like it was so nice to be out there. I really think you guys are, and like once Gertie can like crawl around, like in the backyard to crawl around in, and like
I can't
Dodge
wait
to play with her. Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing.
I just feel like I'm entering my 30s this year. Oh yeah, I'm turning 30 next month. I guess that's like a highlight. I just like feel like I really like grinded a lot in my 20s, and I have like no regrets, and I still want to work really hard in my 30s. But I just really like want to like hone in on like motherhood and like my friendships and like my community around me. And so I'm just like looking forward to like hopefully like a really peaceful year.
That's all you can ever ask
That's
for.
what I'm hoping for. So what's your word of the year? What are you like hoping for in 2025?
One of my favorite words in life in general is abundance. I just think abundance in everything, whether it's success in your career or in your friendships or in anything going on in your personal life is a great thing to have. And hopefully going through a lot of changes this year in moving, and we've gone through a lot of changes in the past like 2 years with friendships in life and basically not having any friends where we live. And I'm just hoping for when we move to just grow this amazing community of people around us, and like abundance in every form, and just in our relationship together, with Gavin and I, like in all of my friendships that I have with so many people, and just abundance in all things. I think it's a great word and a favorite word of mine, and represents my 2025 and what I'm hoping to get out of the year.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a really big year for you. I mean, just with like, I feel like you have like a lot of things like so close to being like they're on the horizon. They're just about there, and they're like, you're so close to so many things that are just about to happen. And I feel like it's going to be like a really like big year for you.
And we've been patient. That's the thing I keep.
Oh my God. You've been so patient.
Very patient. And like, we've been patient, we've been saving, we've been doing everything right, and we're just finally waiting for like the stars to align. Like we could have rushed this process. Like we could have been living there for a year now, and like there's a reason we're not. I'm very much like everything happens for a reason and when for a reason. So we haven't moved for a reason. We're still saving money. We're still living in a very cool area. We just thankfully really love each other because we are the only people, like we only have each other. So
you two just outgrown your environment, which is nothing like no badness to anyone around you. You guys have just grown. You're like, are any of these people Patreon members?
Story time.
Well, and like you don't like the same things that you used to like when you were a few years.
Like drinking is not my top priority anymore.
No.
Like I could never drink again in my life, and well, I love pickle martinis, but I could just drink cold pickle juice. Like I don't need the buzz, I don't need the alcohol. When living in an area that's so resort party heavy, you are the outcast if you're the one who doesn't want to do that anymore. And I'm not yucking someone else's yums. You may go and drink and party to your heart's desire, but the fact that we're the ones who don't want to do that anymore, we're the outcast, I'm fine with that. Well, I am A-okay with that.
And the type of drinking you want to do is grabbing like a pickle martini
at patio dinner. Cocktail at the Pipers.
Yeah, you're like, or like a spicy margarita. You're not trying to like go to the bar and like
every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Like drink the low calorie drink that gets you fucked up and take a bunch of shots. Like you've kind of outgrown that, which is fine. Like, I mean, you're 27. That's fairly normal. I would think. I mean, like, I started to kind of outgrow that. Like, when I want to drink, I'm like, I want to drink at my friend's house where we're playing games. Like, I don't want to, like, go to downtown. I don't want to close down a bar. I don't want to be out till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I just want to spend, like, quality time with people. And if that involves having drinks, cool. If it doesn't, also fine. So it's just a different environment. And I feel like you can't foster the things that you want while you're there because it's just not the environment you're in.
Right. So hopefully big, happy things happening for us this year. And just to have space to host people when we move and have our family in town and you guys, and I don't want to say like local events, but like I know like Allie, she crafts, she does junk journaling. Our friend Grace, who they've met because like of all social media, like the three of us all met via social media, like have girls over and like craft together or do like I don't even know, like come watch the Eagles game if you're not an Eagles fan, like just come and hang out
and like hang and like I envision you like eventually in your own house, like making a pickle martini for your friends.
Right.
Like, you know, like
that is, I will
fun.
Get drunk on pickle martinis in the comfort of my own home.
It's
I don't
so
want to do it out of the bar to like sustain me for the rest of the night. Like it's just, I'm so over
to
that.
Tolerate the environment. Right. You're like, it's just not fun anymore. But like, I think that you will like, once you get your home, it's like, if you enjoy hosting, it just opens up like a whole new world of like fun that you get to have of like having people over and like curating like food and drink and like starting to like accumulate things. I'm like, oh, like, okay, now I have this like really cool ice bucket of like, okay, like now I'm gonna put the champagne in here and like people are coming over in 30 minutes.
Like a Mackenzie Childs checkerboard teapot is in my future.
For sure. I just think like once you can have that, I think you're gonna like your whole life is just gonna feel different because you're just gonna feel like finally like in a comfortable, like cozy space that feels like yours.
Definitely. And somewhere that I'm proud of to show. Like I don't vlog on YouTube or TikTok or anything because I don't like where we live. It's just I don't and it's not something I'm proud to show. So it's just, you know, we're waiting, and the day that we do move, I think like content will be elevated. Like you guys see how I vlog when I'm here or I'm in Wrightsville or whatever at our Airbnb. Things will get better all over. So just excited and lots on the horizon, and
it's exciting things that are coming your way.
Lots to look forward to.
I was telling Brady, I'm like, I wish she would vlog every day because I'm like, the moment Brady uploads a vlog, I'm like, I'm sad.
That's how I feel when you vlog. I like do my skincare in the morning with a Rosie vlog up, and I'm just like, even though we talk every day and we Snapchat, we like know what's going on. It's fun to see like the behind the scenes. Like oh, you snapped me in between like clip 1 and clip 2. Like I remember what you're doing. Yeah. It's fun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about BRBT.
Goals for the book club for 2025.
And if you've been here since last February, we just want to say like thank you. We started the book club. Actually, Brady had texted me. I want to say it was pretty much this week last year.
I know you mentioned also wanting to do a book club, and I feel like we already have such similar taste in books. Like, would you ever want to do a book club together? Like,
probably because it was before I went to Mexico.
Right. And we were like, it was right at the beginning of the year. Like it was like we were making moves early, and we were bummed now that we didn't start it in January. But it's also February is a special month too because it's your birthday month.
Yeah.
Like
And it's like I'm glad that we didn't like wait another year to be like, well, we'll start it next year.
Oh my God,
you know, in January. You know, like I'm glad that we just like kind of figured it out as we went because we didn't know like how do you run a book club, and like we had like a goals of like having like a Patreon where we could like talk more about books and like connect with so many more of you. So it's cool to be able to do this. And so like if you've been here since the Fury, thank you. We love you. And if like you just joined this past month or you're like even just like dabbling into the idea of joining, like thank you for even like taking any of our recs. We just are like very grateful for it. And it's just fun. Like it's a fun creative outlet for both of us. Like we both love books.
Yeah.
And so it's like fun to have like an outlet like this that we get to do together.
Absolutely. And this trip that we're on right now is kind of a good like stepping stone to where we want to take the book club. We've never done in-person events before. I don't even want to call it like a meetup. Like we literally just put it out into the Geneva, or was it Instagram?
It was Geneva.
We're like, anyone in Arizona in this area who wants to meet up, let us know. So we have 3 girls coming to dinner tonight, and it's just going to be a good way to like step into what we want to do and even like pick their brains and like, okay, what do you guys like want to do in the future and stuff like that. But in-person events and meetups are definitely something we'd like to do more in the next coming years after. I mean, this book club's not going anywhere, so it's just gonna get better and grow.
I think it's been so fun, and I'm like so excited that like I feel so connected to so many of you guys now like on the book club because like, one, you guys are all so supportive of Brady and I's careers,
Yeah.
which is so nice. Like, we see you guys in our comments, and like, I get so excited when I see any of your names pop up.
Because it's like familiar.
I'm like, oh, I know you.
Yeah,
Hey.
like I feel like you just posted in the Geneva about your daughter or your dog or whatever, or recipe you're cooking. It's like you can really connect the name to the face, and then also like something about that person.
Yeah. And then the Google Meets as well. Like, it makes us feel so connected to you all. And so I'm excited that we get to meet up with 3 of you. Like, that was something that we had like in our goals for last year of like, okay, we would love to do this. So I'm like happy that in the first year of doing this.
And even we chatted about it when I came to Boise. We're like, should we do a meetup? But like, it was our first time meeting. Yeah. Like, what if we fucking hated each other?
Yeah. And I was like, I can't be around this girl.
We had to go like fake it in front of people like that. Yeah. So it's just something we want to work on for next year, and, you know, do more in-person meetups. And you guys can also comment and let us know where you're located. We always do polls on Instagram, but like Instagram polls are never really accurate. People just click a button, 1, because they're nosy, 2, maybe they don't click the right place, and 3, it also might not be like, you might have 150 people from Boston, but like only 10 people would actually show up to an event,
or like 1 person of that is in the Patreon, right? And so it's like, it's hard to know like who's going to actually come to things, especially because, I mean, like, we just don't know.
Right. And the good thing about the 3 girls that are coming tonight, they're all in the Geneva. Like, they've all chatted before. They're probably familiar with each other's names. So it's a smaller community within our bigger community. It's like, it's like BRBT, Geneva girlies, and then the 5 of us going to dinner tonight for the first time to try it out. We're dipping our toe into it. So it's going to be a great time.
Some of the other things that we wanted to potentially do is like get an author to join a meeting.
Yeah, I feel like Nikki Ehrlich would be a good one to maybe reach out to. Because we've read 2 of her books now. Well, if we decide to, you know, obviously if it wins, you guys vote on it.
Yeah, please. Well, and I don't know how that works either when it comes to like having an author on a book club. Like, would she just come?
Yeah, I feel
like a portion of it.
Yeah, like we'd probably talk our own thing and be like, I could send her a link and be like, okay, you can join now, or
like you can hop on at the last like 10 minutes,
or
like
request to join at 7:30, and then we can, or whatever time works for her.
Yeah,
like, realistically, because I'm assuming if her new book is coming out, she might be going on a book tour. Regardless, we could hopefully maybe get like Ellen or Kristen Hanna or like someone like that on to chat with us. It's just a really intimidating thing. Like, literally interviewing an author about their book that we don't know obviously nearly as much as they know about it. Like the amount of research, for example, that Kristen Hanna put into the women. Like any question I feel like I would ask her, she'd be like, bitch, come on.
Yeah. I think we would just be like, we love you. Hi. Well, and I even think on top of like having authors, I think it would be cool if like we, every once in a while, if we maybe like twice a year or 3 times a year, we even invited other content creators that love books.
That's a great idea.
We kind of talked about that, and I kind of forgot, but like if there were other content creators that like love to read, whether they're like book talkers or if they just like have a general like for reading.
Like Jordan Lufus would be great.
Jordan would be so great, and we could like cue them in, and then they could like, we could maybe do like a Q&A, or we could pop them onto like this little like monthly call and like get to know them a little bit better.
Let us know any content creators that are bookish or maybe they just are a content creator and read, like anybody you wanted to see, maybe like pop on a call with us or on a Google Meet with all of us in a video like this with us. Let us know. And then any authors you guys are interested in too. Yeah. It would just have to be like correlated with whatever book of the month is chosen. And I feel like we have been trying to make a conscious effort choosing books that are not new releases. We obviously do like a few new releases a year because there are so many we're excited about. But if a book is like an older book and we're chatting about it, like it's easier to probably get that author on. Probably. And it's also easier for you guys to get copies of it. That's something we've really been keeping in mind. Because I know a lot of people, when we read All the Colors of the Dark, we did a poll on the Instagram story, and like I would say like not like 80% of people were like, yeah, I didn't read this one. And I was like, well, why? And then everyone said it's because it was a new release. Like they prefer to get books from the library or secondhand or regardless. So something we've been trying to keep in mind for. Trying to just like accommodate, because I know that also a lot of you want to read new releases. Right. So we're trying to just like kind of balance it all. And like every month we both try to choose at least 2 Kindle Unlimited book options, which this one was. So just make it more accessible for everybody to read it, everybody to join. And then obviously you have like 8 chances to win a book of the month giveaway, which maybe we can up that more this year. We're chatting about it now. Sure, we can do that. And then bigger, better merch. Full transparency, this merch launch was a shit show behind the scenes.
Yeah. The merch itself, we are so happy that it ended up the way it did because it was like
a
very
treacherous road to get there.
Yeah. We're planning to work with like a new fulfillment company and get some things like ironed out for next time. We, again, really wanted to make merch. And it was something that we were getting the ball rolling on in like, I want to say beginning of October, end of September.
I mean, we've talked about it from day one. It was just like, let's roll out the wrinkles of in general. But yeah, we reached out to them and to a few places. And this was basically the first place to reply, and great ratings, great, great recommendations from other people. But
there was a lot of good things, but the like fulfillment aspect became like something that we just didn't feel great about because we value the Patreon members, and I feel like some Patreon members got kind of like the shitty end of the stick with some issues that happened on their end, and like we didn't like that.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of looking into some other options, but we would love like if there are certain types of merch that you like to see, if
like
you
a hoodie rather than a crew neck,
or
like you really want a trucker hat, or
we know you guys like the idea of like pajamas, but
like
obviously
a sweat set, or I know now we're coming into, let's say we started talking new round of merch in February, you have to always think ahead. So like, would you want like a crew neck and short set? Like, would you want sweatpants, like wide leg sweatpants, joggers, like get as specific as you can with colors. Do you want more of a neutral option? Like, we are also going to work with our graphic designer who did our branding for us to help us with merch designs and really go like up to the next level. This was our first time ever doing anything like this. We kept it simple. We did red on red, blue on blue, yellow on yellow. We upgraded to the puffy print ink because we love that. I mean, I love that as a consumer. So we kept it simple, but next year, like bigger, better, but we want to know what you guys want to actually spend your money on.
Yeah.
Because that is first and foremost, the most important thing is that you are getting something that you find value out of. And every dollar we make from merch just goes back into the book club. Like it's just a revolving door. So
we're just trying to make it like better for you guys and a really enjoyable experience. And like, don't get us wrong, we fucking love the merch. Like I literally can't stop wearing the merch because I love it so much. I can't stop using the coffee mug. The bookmarks are in constant rotation in my books. But it just was, the process behind the scenes was what was stressful. And we want it to be like as seamless as possible getting out to you all as like consumers and like people that are supporting. So yeah, we'd love to hear, because obviously our colors are so bold and bright, but like, do you guys want just bold and bright merch, or do you want to have like some
like
neutrals,
a tan sweatshirt with like a graphic on the back and then something here? Like, do you want it to say like BRBT right here on the wrist? Like, that's something we thought about doing, but then we're like, we've heard people don't want branded stuff, but then we see like other content creators having like really small logos somewhere. So it's kind of like a, if you know, you know, kind of vibe.
We're just trying to learn and see what you all want, but we're excited. Merch was fun, especially fun to like receive, and then fun to like take photos and market and like share with you all. And like, when you guys all showed up to the Google Meets,
oh my gosh,
in the merch, I literally like wanted to shed a tear. So I was like, this is exactly what I wanted.
And
for
we
this
even
club.
kept the feed post
in color
because it was so cute seeing everybody in their blue, red, and yellow. So
it really made me feel like I was like, okay, we're doing something with the club. Like, I feel like we're finally. It took months of us trying to figure out like how to coordinate and like all of these things.
Also, with how many people who didn't like the December book of the month, I think that was our record for the amount of people that joined. I think we're like 35 or 6, 7 maybe.
Something like that.
Point, almost 40 people, which most I feel like are around like 19 to 25. So
something like that.
It was really cool to see that. Even though everybody hated the book, everybody still showed up. And hopefully, if you love the book, then you show up again.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, I had said this on the Google Meets. I was like, it was actually so fun talking about like a shitty book with you all. Like, it was just so funny. And you guys are like hysterical, like so funny, and like it was just a good time. But no, this book club is so fun. And it's such a selfishly so fun to like get to spend time with Brady and like do stuff like this and literally talk about books and talk about our life. Like, what could be more fun than that?
Sign me up. Love it.
Okay, we want to know what your 5 books that you are wanting to read in 2025. Like,
don't have to be new releases. Like, the books that have been straggling on your want to read list on Goodreads, let us know.
Yeah, and you're like, it's time to actually do it. Like, please comment those.
I'll just give you guys an outline of what to comment right now. So your 5 books at the top of your 2025 TBR, those stragglers, those Goodreads, poor guys that, they don't have to be published this year.
Yeah, you've been telling all of your friends forever, I'm going to read this book.
I want to read that.
Yeah, you're going to read it this year.
The 5 books. Let us know what you want to see from the book club in 2025 regarding, like events and authors and creators and people you would love to see join. And then also let us know your merch. Like what kind of, are you a trucker hat girl? Are you, do you want a new mug? Do you want like a red mug and a blue mug with like a simple design on it? Do you want, as
or like
specific
different
as
mug
possible?
shapes, I mean, like
I love a
there's
big mug.
Yeah, like the almost like the soup bowl mugs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Soup and ice cream out of a mug just hits different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Why, like the vessel that you eat and drink things out of really does change the taste of it.
And the whole experience. So let us know all of that information. No pressure.
Yeah. And make sure to do it right this second.
Now.
Yeah.
We just want to, it's all about you guys really. Like,
yeah.
We're just kind of like the facilitators, and it's just, we're just here watching and seeing what you guys want next.
Yeah.
Like trying to just create a community for all of us to connect. And I think we've done a really good job of that so far.
That's very special.
Yeah.
Yay.
We're awesome.
We love you guys. Honestly, we are awesome.
You look so tan.
I do look really tan. I self-tanned you guys because I've never felt uglier. I don't know if it's the pregnancy or what, or I picked off every scab on my face.
No, it's just, it's the time of year.
And also it's January, so like there's no joy, there's no Christmas tree up anymore.
Yeah. You guys were on that this year. You were like, sorry, I was, kind of, I'm not kidding. I was worried about you. I checked your location to make sure you were home, but you didn't answer me for like 4 hours. And I was
that's pretty unusual. Like, I'll
sorry to text you again, but like, are you good? But you were like, sorry, yeah, we're taking down Christmas. But I
did it by myself for like 2.5 hours. Cause I was, me and Ryan had like gotten into like a little like argument the night before, and I can't even remember what it was about, but I was like, I want to do something nice. So I'm going to start doing Christmas.
Yeah.
Taking that down pregnant was a fucking doozy. Yeah. Like taking down the tree, I literally was
oh my gosh. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine.
Ryan got home and he was like, why did you do this? And I was like, because I was being nice. I was like, are we good? He was like, we're completely fine. Yeah. Like, you do not have to do this. And like, so it was like a 4-hour process. But yeah, I didn't reply to you. And I remember I was like, oh, she's probably like,
no, I was genuinely like, because we typically like 20 minutes
in touch base with each other all the time.
But I was like, are you okay? But I did check we do share locations with each other, even though we are, one, at home 90% of the time, and two, live across the country. But I tracked you in the airport, like it was helpful for that.
I know, I did the same. It is nice to know that you're home.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, she's fine.
She's not gallivanting.
Yeah, she's not hanging out with any other friends. No. It's good. We're fine.
I ain't got no more of those.
Okay, all right. We will see you guys next time. Let us know if you like the audio quality too, I guess, another thing. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you next month. Bye. Bye.